What would I say to someone who is thinking about going but unsure whether it'll be a benefit? It is 110% worth the effort, because you're going to carry it with you forward, and it helps you to appreciate studying more. I came back and did a lot more research after that, so we had a wonderful treat when we went down to Walkill. We got to spend quite a bit of time with a brother who is on the orchestra and a singer for the society, and to learn how they sing and how we should approach the singing of our new songs was really touched your heart, because they were real prayers to Jehovah, and you really started to feel like that. You know, and for years it's like, why don't you play this, or why don't you play that, or listen to, or nothing. And I came home and I'm hearing this music, and that's the songs. And it's Tabitha in her room, and she's gone on the internet and downloaded all the songs, the piano renditions, the vocals, and she's loaded them onto her iPod. Making the melodies going on in the kitchen. They were listening to them as they were playing. So that's like, okay.
Wow.
It was well worth the money. The actual artifacts in the museum, the actual monuments in New York City, and to know that this is in public, everyone can see it, and yet here we have it relating to what we read in the Bible. What more proof do you know that the Bible is really from God? And you see it all linked in history. So it's exciting. In the museum tour, my daughters and I found it was too short, actually. We wanted more, we just wanted to keep going. But each little thing that we saw really helped us to appreciate more so the research that the brothers do, and helped us to really understand the time frame of the prophecies, and just to see some of the artifacts that we see in their Bible storybook. For instance, we actually got to see the actual things that the pictures were depicted on, and I was surprised how much my daughters knew based on the pictures in the Society's publications. With the tours, the Oasis group tours, the guides were extremely informative, very personable, and we were sad to see them end the tour. The full-day Providence and Prophecy tour was very enlightening. You never truly appreciate all the little things that Jehovah had arranged before his actual prophecies were fulfilled. So to see it build, and to see the little chess pieces being moved around, and really didn't matter what the other player was doing, Jehovah just kept moving things around, and then you saw the final fulfillment, and that is exciting to see it in New York City, of all places. So my initial fear in the scheduling and timing of any bus tour is you're going to feel pressured, you're going to be tired and overwhelmed. With this particular tour arrangement, we were always on time, we always had enough time between places, and we really felt like we got fully benefited from each place that we visited. For those people who have children who are thinking about going on this trip, it is going to be one of the best things for them spiritually. It will help them to see that Jehovah and his organization are literal, and they're truly a part of our world around us, but they stand out. The difference in the contrast just from going to the Bethels into New York City itself, you see the contrast. You see the contrast in how the people talk to you at the Bethels and in New York City. And just the association with the brothers and sisters on the bus played a big part. We've done as much as we can within our area. So when the brothers and sisters say, take your children to the branch, see the organization and work as it works, they really know what they're saying. What would I say to someone who is physically challenged, or walking with crutches, or can't walk a long distance? Well, this past tour, my daughter had sprained both of her ankles and was still walking on crutches with them, and yet she was accommodated so lovingly at the branches with a wheelchair. Everything was easily accessible to her. And when we did the museum tour, we were able to have a wheelchair, and again, it's wheelchair accessible. She didn't have to worry about walking. And even on the 8-hour bus and walking tour in New York, when she wasn't physically up to walking, she could stay on the bus, and she still benefited from all the pictures we took. We could show her on the camera, and people were bubbling over with what they had saw, so she didn't miss out.
Great. That's nice.
Oh, and the bus driver was very understanding about having her stay on the bus, and there was no problem.